How's it going, everyone? Today I got for you all my OST Round 2 match versus Yuttt. This is the official Smogon tour. You probably already know what it is, but if not, it's basically just the biggest OU tournament on Smogon, and I thought I'd have some fun, so I joined it. Round 1 never happened for me since I did get a free win due to my opponent being completely clueless, so here's where it all begins. So each round is best of 3 in OU, and I got 3 games for you guys today, so this should be pretty fun. The teams that I'll be using are renditions of my boy Shirtigle's team. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. Looking at the teams, here's a little innovation that I added. It used to have Gengar, but then it had like no water resist. So I'm like, all right, maybe I need some Pokemon to take water hits. So I added a nice and powerful Specs Jellicent, which is you're gonna see is gonna put in some decent amount of work in this battle. The opponent, Yuttt, has this bulky, fat-looking team. And I kind of really didn't pay attention at the team preview when I was in the battle, but I mean, looking at it now, it's obvious that this Talonflame is a stall breaker, I think, and you know, his team's just bulky overall, so I think my offensive mons should put in a good amount of work. So let's just go ahead and hop right into the battle. So he's going to be leading off with Talonflame. I'm going to lead off with my Jellicent over here, as I'm going to switch out into my Garchomp, thinking that he might U-turn or Brave Bird or something, but yeah, then I realized there he's the, you know, the Stall Breaker set or something like that. And so now I'm going to double back here into my Jellicent, as thinking he's going to go for the Taunt if I go for Rocks, and he does go for Taunt, so that's good for me. Now I'm just going to fire off a Water Spout. I think I don't know what he was doing, probably predicting me to switch out into something else again. He goes for Taunt, but gets blown back completely with my Water Spout, so that's already one Pokemon gone. That was a threat. He's going to go into Starmie. I'm going to go into my Wobbuffet here to trap it, as he goes for the Psyshock here, and Starmie really can't do anything to Wobbuffet anyway, so I'm going to go for Encore, as he ends up going for Recover. So now he's going to get locked into the Recover, so that's going to be good. It's going to be really good for me, so I can actually go into something else now. As I do pull a switch off into my Scizor here. My Scizor is Choice Banded, so that means that if he switches out, I can just click Pursuit, and I do click Pursuit, he does switch out, and Starmie is gone. So that's already turn 7, or turn 8 right now, and 2 Pokemon are already gone. I'm going to go switch out here into my Jellicent, which is a favorable matchup against his Hippowdon, as he's going to get up his Rocks here. It does not have Sand because I'm pretty sure his Clefable is unaware with Moonlight, as I'm going to now double switch into my Wobbuffet predicting the Amoonguss, as I do nail that prediction really well. Now I go for Mirror Coat here just in case he you know, has a move or something, because I'm already faster. I can't go for Encore immediately. He puts me to sleep, but that really doesn't matter because I can just Encore when I wake up and lock him into a move like Giga Drain or something and just counter, or Mirror Coat, sorry. As now I'm pretty much just waiting for my chance to wake up. I'm still asleep. He goes for the Spore here while I'm already asleep, predicting me to wake up and, you know, Encore him into the Spore. But he goes for Giga Drain here. I make the right play here. I wake up, Mirror Coat here, and now pretty much I can Encore, lock him into Giga Drain, and take him out eventually with the Mirror Coat. So I'm going to go for Encore here, as the Amoonguss is now just going to pretty much have to keep going for Giga Drain. And that's going to be good for me, because Amoonguss was pretty annoying, actually, sorta. Yeah, now pretty much I'm just going to keep going for Mirror Coat here. Whenever Encore wears off, which I think is going to happen on the turn after this one. So yeah, you see as he Giga Drains again, I'm going to go for Mirror Coat, as Encore is going to be wearing off right now, and what I'm just going to do is hit Encore again and lock him in, and that's pretty much the end of Amoonguss, which is awesome. So Amoonguss is going to be gone, I think right now. Let's see how much damage this does. No, I think 2 more turns actually. Yeah, so this one, just Mirror Coat here, and he's going to be still locked in, as yeah, I can just click Mirror Coat again, and pretty much just get rid of Amoonguss. So the next Pokemon he's going to bring out right here is going to be his Scizor, which is the most favorable matchup against the Wobbuffet. And when Scizor comes in, I do click the Encore just so that, you know, if he goes for the Swords Dance, that he will get locked in so he doesn't set up on me. But he goes for the Bullet Punch here, gets a crit. I guess it really didn't matter at all, because I would have died anyways, I guess. As now he's locked into Bullet Punch, I can switch out and save Wobbuffet for fodder. Just go into my Garchomp here. Garchomp has Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet, so it does take a good chunk. Now, predicting him to want to go into Clefable on my Garchomp, I pull a nice sweet double switch into my Landorus here, which means right now I get a free kill. So he's going to be going into Clefable. Clefable can't do much to Landorus anyways. I can just hit him up with an Earth Power, as he goes for the Moonblast. No special attack drop, which is great. As now I can just go for the Earth Power once again, And he does pull a switch into Hippowdon. Just watch it just gets blown back completely. Not bad. Nice. Alright, now he's just gonna go into Scizor. I'm gonna Earth Power here. He's gonna set up a Swords Dance, and you know I can just stay in because I mean I do have Garchomp, I do have Jellicent. I just don't want him to roost or anything, so I just click Earth Power again. Now I can just go into my Jellicent and finish off the rest of his 2 Pokemon with 2 Shadow Balls. That should be enough. Shadow Ball knocks out Scizor, and last is his Clefable, which is gonna come in, and I can knock that out with the Shadow Ball and win game 1. So this is best of 3. We got another match coming up right now, so let's go ahead and check this one out. So match 2 right here is another sort of rendition of my buddy Scherdigl. So looking at the teams right here, as I was looking at the preview and I was like, all right, I should have brought my game 1 team because I think it does really well against it, against this kind of team. And I immediately see Togekiss there. I immediately see a whole bunch of, like, I see Ferrothorn here. I know that something's going on. This is probably a Hacks team. And as you will see in this match, he gets pretty lucky. So let's go ahead and watch this battle. So he's going to be leading off with his Starmie. I'm going to lead off with my Tornadus, which is, I feel, is the best matchup against his Pokemon as a lead. So I'm going to go for knockoff here as he switches into Togekiss here. I was trying to nail the Gliscor so I can knock off the Toxic Orb. I'm going to go into my Lando here as he goes for the T-Wave. And now I'm going to try and get up my rocks. He goes for the Air Slash, like trying to go for the flinch, as I am able to break through that, get up my rocks. And now I'm going to switch out into my Diancie. This was an okay play on his part. He goes for T-Wave as I switch out, which paralyzes my Diancie, which kind of sucks. But now he's going to switch in his Ferrothorn. Of course, I get paralyzed here. I didn't have Hidden Power Fire, but I did not have it, but I had to go for Earth Power anyways. It would have been damage all the same, but I get paralyzed. So I have to go to my Tentacruel. I have a nice innovative Tentacruel set with Hidden Power Fire, Max Special Attack, and some defense. It's a pretty neat set, but I go for Rapid Spin in case he tries to scout me out or something. But now he goes for T-Wave as I spin away the rocks. I'm going to go for Hidden Power Fire now, but he switches into Starmie, wanting to get rid of his own rocks. And so I kind of spoiled the surprise there, but I guess what to do. So I'm going to have to switch out now since he does have Starmie. I switch into my Scizor here. Now, I make the right prediction. Look, in game 1, right, I went for Pursuit on the Starmie. I'm the same Choice Band Scizor. I make the right prediction, go for the U-turn. He goes for Scald, fishes for the burn, and gets it. And that Starmie would have been dead. And like as you can see, like in the later turns of this game, or like the last turns of this game, Starmie puts in work. And yeah, that just sucks. So Starmie would have been dead, but I got burned. And now I'm going to have to go into my Tornadus here as he switches into Gliscor. He switches into Gliscor as I U-turn into Tornadus. I'm just going to go for Hurricane here, trying to hopefully get a confusion or something, get some sort of compensation luck or something. But instead, I end up getting a miss, which sucks. And then I got my Assault Vest knocked off, which is unfortunate. So what I'm going to do is switch into my Kyurem here, knowing that he doesn't have Toxic. He goes for knockoff, knocks off my Life Orb, which in the end it doesn't really matter too much because Life Orb would just kind of wear down my Kyurem, and Kyurem's a valuable player to beat this guy's team. So yeah, I'm gonna go for Ice Beam here. I finally get some sort of revenge hacks here, so I end up freezing the Clefable. So Clefable's not gonna get defrosted. I can just spam Ice Beam, and well, all right. So yeah, I was just reading the chat thing too. That was along with it. One of my friends said like deserved. That's funny. So he brings in Ferrothorn now as the Clefable dies. I'm gonna go into my Tentacruel as he goes for the T-Wave, and yeah, next up I'm gonna try and pull a double switch into my Scizor, predicting maybe Starmie to come in, but he stays in and goes for Rocks. I really don't know if that was a prediction or just him as a player doing that. I don't even know. But he goes into Zard here. I have to go for U-turn. As now I'm just gonna go ahead and go into my Tornadus. So like right now I just know that I have a really bad matchup and that I'm getting unlucky. So this game, I mean, I do have one more game after this. So in my mind I'm like, all right, so I don't have to be really worried right now. So I'm just gonna go for Hurricane here, just maybe try and get some confusions. And out of every Hurricane, I just don't get any confusions, and it just sucks. So it's whatever. But I'm gonna go into Kyurem here as he goes for Roost. So I'm just going to go ahead and fire off an Ice Beam here. maybe I'm thinking like, all right, so maybe I'll freeze the Ferrothorn next, but nah, I don't do that. So all right, so now I got to go ahead and switch now into my Tentacruel, which I can just switch into Ferrothorn all day with Tentacruel here. So he's gonna go for Leech Seed. I got the nice Liquid Ooze here, so that he gets a little bit of damage on him. As what I can do now is I go for the Scald here, try to maybe burn something, but of course my Scald does not burn. But it does a good chunk to Togekiss here. Liquid Ooze is going to be able to further damage the Togekiss. As now I'm going to go ahead and go into my Scizor here as fodder. It is burned, it's not going to work anymore on any of his Pokemon, so I can just pretty much sack that. Now I'm just going to go into Kyurem. He predicts me to Roost and goes for the T-Wave, but I just end up staying in, not roosting, going for the Ice Beam. So now he's just going to go into Ferrothorn. I'm going to go for the Roost here. I don't think he's gonna, you know, Gyro Ball or whatever, but he does have Iron Head, which is interesting. So yeah, now I'm just gonna switch out here. I'm at 27%, so I can get off. I can still live with Rocks if I switch back in. So, but he's gonna double switch into Zard here, and I feel like I don't know if I would live or not, but I do have some defensive EVs in like the physical defense area, but his Dragon Claw knocks me out. So so it's pretty much it didn't work. So gonna go into Lando here, get off the Intimidate. It's a defensive Landorus. And he gets the crit with Flare Blitz. I'm not sure if that mattered or not, but if it did, yeah, it's more unlucky stuff going on. So now I'm going to go into my Diancie. He's obviously going to Ferrothorn here, so I got to go for the Earth Power. I do some damage on it, which you know, is all I really need, I guess. And now I have to go into my Lando. I don't really have another choice. And he goes to the Iron Head. It doesn't do too much, but it does do some damage. And I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Heat Wave here. I don't want to risk him staying in. Like, I already know what kind of player he is, so I just stay in and go for Heat Wave. Now I just go for Hurricane. Maybe I confuse it, but no, I don't. So he's going to go for the Flare Blitz here. Knock me out. And I got to go into my Diancie. And Starmie would have been dead, but now he just wins with Starmie. He crits my Diancie too, which sucks. And yeah, now all he has to do is just bring in Starmie, Scald twice, and he wins, and that's what he ends up doing pretty much. So yeah, I mean, game 2 it kind of sucked for me, but there's always game 3, and now I'm like, all right, so I know exactly what team to bring for game 3, and let's go ahead and see what I bring. Nice and powerful Specs Gelatin once again for game 3, and yeah, he has a more, I guess, offensive-ish team this time. I guess it's sort of balanced with the Amoonguss and Hippowdon, but he does have the Dragon Dance Mega Altaria, the Quiver Dance Volcarona, and the Sand Sweeping Excadrill. He does have a Rain Dance Manaphy too. I guess maybe the switch of weather and stuff, or kind of throw your opponents off balance and stuff like that. But yeah, looking at the team, I feel like I could win this. So let's see what happens here. So he leads off with Hippowdon. I'm going to lead off with my Jellicent once again, just like game 1. And I'm just going to click a Water Spout and just want to kill or do a lot of damage to something. As he goes into his Amoonguss. And now I'm thinking like, okay, maybe he might predict me to go into Wobbuffet. And just like the same way in game 1 how I killed the Amoonguss. So I stay and go for Water Spout again, thinking he might switch out. But he ends up just staying in, going for the Spore. So I'm like, ah, dang, whatever. So now what I can do is just go into my Garchomp in case he might like Foul Play or something or anything like that. I can at least get up my rocks too. But he pulls the switch here into his Altaria, so I'm like, all right, I can't stay in. And I know that he's Dragon Dance, and that because I've seen the team before. And he goes into Scizor here as I go into Scizor as he goes for the Frustration. And since that's really his only way to hurt Scizor, I guess, he's going to switch out now into his Volcarona. As I predict that, go for the U-turn, and fortunately, I don't get burned, so that's awesome. And I can go into my Lando here, and looking at his team, Lando just gets a kill every time. Like, this is a Calm Mind Landorus, so I can just literally set up a Calm Mind here, and now something just dies. He has, like, no ground resist since he Mega Evolved, so, yeah, Landorus is going to get a kill on the Amoonguss, sorry, I almost said Azumarill, I don't know why. Alright, so next comes in Manaphy. I go for Earth Power. The Calc said, okay, this is what I got was absolute min roll, and I would have knocked it out if it wasn't that. So he got a little lucky there. So now he's just gonna sack Hippowdon to get up Sand again, and it just gets blown back. Like once again, game 1 and 3, just Lando just completely annihilated Hippowdon. But I don't want to weaken my Landorus here as he brings the Excadrill, so I'm going to go into Garchomp. He goes for Iron Head, takes some nice Rocky Helmet and a Rough Skin damage, but it did some more damage than I thought, so I'm going to go ahead and sack my Jellicent. I know that, here's my game plan. I just have to sack something, go into Wobbuffet, and then I pretty much win from there, because Wobbuffet traps his only way to kill all my other Pokemon, and which is Excadrill, so I can just go ahead and counter his Earthquake here, and yeah, that's pretty much gone. And now he's just going to go ahead and probably bring in Manaphy here on this next turn. I'm going to go for Encore on the Scald, as you know, I don't want him to like set up a Rain Dance or something, or Tail Glow or Calm. I don't even remember what set he was, but I think he was like a Rain Dance or something. But now that he's locked in, I can just go for Mirror Coat as he Scalds again and knock it out. So that's going to be gone. So pretty much now he only has his Altaria and his Volcarona left, just to make sure that I don't choke, because he does have a chance to win with Volcarona if I mess up. So I'm going to go to Landorus, knowing that, you know, both of his Pokemon don't take an Earth Power well at all. I'm going to go for Earth Power here, as he he has to go for Frustration if he has no other choice. And so now, I mean, I can't go into Scizor, otherwise, you know, Volcarona would set up. So I'm going to go into Lopunny. I'm faster anyways. I can just Mega Evolve, go straight for the Frustration. Fortunately for me, I do not get the burn. And yeah, this match is justice for me, so that's awesome. And yeah, last is his Mega Altaria, and it comes in, and it's going to die to a Frustration, and that's going to be the game. So yeah, good game, buddy. This was round two of OST. And hopefully I will be you know, hopefully I'll be in this a little bit longer, for at least a couple more rounds, hopefully, so that, you know, I could get some more content from this. But yeah, this was a good set of 3 matches. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more lives, more battles, and other cool stuff like my team strategy, stuff like that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you on the next one. See you later, guys.